Hello, people. Good evening. Hope you are doing well. Hope you all are doing well. This side, okay. I'm so sorry for the late start, but hope you're doing well. I hope your day has been going well. It was a crazy day indeed, but thank God we are here. Well, I can't see anyone, but I can see a like. So please, if you are around and available, please indicate with a comment so I can acknowledge your presence before we start. This is a very important topic, and us as ladies, us as mothers, need to know about it, right? Yeah, we really do need to know about it. So, if you are around, please leave a comment so I know you're around and I can acknowledge your presence. I'm going to be starting soon because I don't want to make up to 30 minutes here. Yeah, cleft lip and palette is a topic which is pretty straightforward and we can learn about it in a short time. I'll try to gather all the facts about it so that I can talk about it in the shortest time possible. And please, I would like to let you know that when we talk about these topics, try to go on and read about it, do some research about it so that you can know more about it, because we can't cover all what we want to talk to in a short video like this. Cleft lip and palette is a very complicated issue and it can't be explained in a 30-minute video or an hour video. So when you learn these things, go on and do your own little research. It's going to help you to know more about it. So we are going to be starting in just a few minutes. Okay, I can see Lady Tambedokas. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for always being here. Please share the video so that your friends, your family, your friends on Facebook, and everybody else can watch. So I'll get right into the topic. So today I decided for us to talk about cleft lip and palate. Generally, this month of June, we are going to be talking about birth defects because the rate of birth defects out there right now is getting very, very rampant. As technology is improving, the world is improving, other things are also happening, which are not really the best, but we thank God for life and we pray that things get better. So we are going to be talking about cleft lip and palate today, which is one of the most common birth defects. It is one of the four most common birth defects. Some other birth defects include heart defects, spinal bifida, and so much more. Like there are just so many birth defects these days. And I would like us to talk about them this month of June. So if you're here, please leave a comment so that I can acknowledge your presence so that we can go on. But either ways, I'll go on. Please leave a like, leave a comment, share the video so that your friends and family can also see this, because we need to know about these things. If we have to fight them, then we need to know about them. So I'll get right into the topic. First of all, the name sounds very complicated. So thank you, Lydia, for Body Lawson. Thank you for joining us today. Please, if you're around, leave a comment so I can acknowledge your presence, and then we go right into what we are here for. So cleft lip and palate is a complicated birth defect. It is not life-threatening. Like a child can have it and continue to live life till they get old, but it is something that would affect the child emotionally and even physically and make them not to have self-esteem, because people are going to be looking at them differently, right? So it is not life-threatening. It's not like if you give birth to your child with cleft lip or palate or cleft palate, your child is going to die. No, they are not going to die, but there are so many emotional aspects which are tied to it, which is the reason why we have to learn about it, so that if there's anything we can do to prevent it, we have to do it. So I would go on to define cleft lip first. We're talking about two birth defects today. Normally, cleft lip and palate usually occur together, but in some cases, they occur apart. So we are going to start by defining thank you so much, Lady Tangier, by defining cleft lip. So cleft lip is a the comments are getting me distracted, but please keep them coming. Thank you. You're welcome, Lady Anita. Let me just try to welcome everybody first before I get into the topic, so I don't get distracted even when you're sending your comments, because normally comments are going to be coming, likes are going to be coming, but I just want to welcome you all. Thank you, Lady Ebenye Fidel, for joining. Thank you, Lady Tanger. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Lady Fonlong Anita, thank you for joining. Lady F4C Body Lawson, thank you so much for being here. And Lady Tambedokas, thank you, ladies, for being here today. And I promise you, you're going to learn something very beautiful. So I'll start with the definition of cleft lip. Cleft lip is a am I stammering so much? Oh my gosh. So cleft lip is a congenital condition that is, children are born with it. For cleft lip, it is a separation at the top of the mouth. There are many types of it. It's a separation at the top of the mouth. If you look at the flyer, did I post the flyer? When the video began, there's a little girl in front of it who has a cleft lip. So a cleft lip is a congenital condition which a baby is born with. It is usually the top of the mouth not formed. It can extend right up to the nose, right? And the child will have a deformity where the lip is like having some kind of cleft. A cleft is like a crack, right? So the lip has some kind of crack up here, and it usually occurs on the top of the lip, right? And can extend to the top of the nose, like right up to the nose, like I explained earlier. Now, there are four main types of cleft lip, right? There is bilateral, which happens on two sides. There is the one which happens on one side, unilateral, which happens on one side. So the baby's lip, upper lip, can have a crack on one side, or have on both sides, which is bilateral, or have a complete one is when it reaches right up to the nose. An incomplete one is when it's like half and reaches here, which is not very severe. And then there is when the cleft lip and the palate happen together. This one is more serious. So that is it about cleft lip. Have you ever seen a child with cleft lip? In my life, I think I've seen a girl with cleft lip, and always I wondered if it was an accident or what happened to her, because I didn't have any idea what that was. But she just looked very strange to me, and because I met her at my very young ages of life, I just looked at it and I was like, anyways, I shouldn't judge, but it looked very strange. Please, ladies, in the comment section, have you ever seen a child with cleft lip? From the explanation I've given, a child who has a crack on her lip, either on one side or on both sides, complete, which is right up to her nose, or incomplete, which is just half, not right up to her nose. Have you ever seen a child with that kind of condition? Please let us know in the comment section. Now, let me define cleft palate. It is usually called cleft lip and palate because it's like saying cleft lip and cleft palate. So usually they just say cleft lip and palate. Now, a cleft palate occurs inside the mouth. Cleft palate occurs mostly inside the mouth. It is when the upper part of the mouth is not formed. So when the child opens the mouth, you see something like a hole which is on top of the mouth in this upper area. I can't really show you because I don't have that in my mouth. So if I show you, you're going to see a normal mouth. But most times it happens when the child's upper part of the mouth is not formed very well. And I'm going to get into the causes so we know the things that causes this kind of condition. But that is how a cleft palate is. It either happens on the hard or the soft part of the top roof of the mouth. And this leaves an opening between the, how do I put this? I'm trying to put it in the easiest way possible. This leaves an opening in the mouth and nasal cavity in such a way that when the child is eating, it actually can enter the nose, right? So there is no separation there. There's actually a hole on that top area of the mouth. When cleft lip and cleft palate occur together, it is very, very severe. It is very, very severe. Lady Tanya says she has seen it mostly on TV. Yes, most people have seen it on TV, but fortunately for me, I had seen it once with someone. Okay. As I've said before, cleft lip and cleft palate can occur together, but most times they occur apart. And also, it occurs around 6 to 8 weeks of pregnancy. It occurs around 6 to 8 weeks of pregnancy. And that's the time which most women have not even discovered that they are pregnant, right? Most women at 6 to 8 weeks, they don't even know that they are pregnant. They're still going on with their life, which is the reason why we have to be very, very conscious, because from the stage of the embryo, there is a very important part that happens on the baby's formation, which you as a mother needs to be prepared for that, which is the reason why I would give the courses, and then I'll give some things that you can do if you don't want your baby to come out with this complication. It is not this cleft lip and palate is not very common in Africa, but it mostly happens to Asian children. So it is very common there, and in America too is a little bit common, but not as common as in Asia. So here are some of the causes of cleft lip and palate. Excuse me. We should also understand that cleft lip and palate occur randomly. Like at times, you might not do anything, or you might follow everything that you need to do, and your child comes out with a cleft lip or a cleft palate. So it occurs randomly most times. And also, having a relative who has had it before can put you in a place, can make it more likely for somebody else to be born in the family with that particular condition. But it is not hereditary. I must say this. The fact that somebody has it in the family, yes, there can be slight chances of someone else having it, but it is not something that you inherit or is genetically transferred. So that is it for cleft lip and palate. So now let me talk about some of the causes. It is said that 3 to 10 cases are associated with other underlying diseases or syndromes. So if you have other underlying syndromes, it's very, very advised that sometimes you just go to the hospital to check yourself, because there are so many things happening these days. We are taking so many chemicals into our bodies these days that they could be causing things that you don't even know. So from time to time, it is very important for you to go for checkups, eat healthy, incorporate some exercise into your life. Just try to live a healthy life in general. It helps a lot to cut down on these birth defects and many other things which can make life difficult for us. So some of the causes are excess drinking and smoking during pregnancy. That is one of the main causes. If you're smoking or drinking so much, your child might not have all the nutrients which they're supposed to have, and the chemicals from those alcoholic drinks and tobacco that you're taking might affect the child. So it is really advised that if you're trying to conceive or you aim to have a baby someday, to create a better future for that child, please stop drinking alcohol and please stop smoking. It is not even good for you, and it is not good for your future generation. If you want to raise healthy children, I would really advise, try to cut down on the drinking one step at a time, and you're going to be able to stop it. So let's go on to the next cause. Another cause of cleft lip and palate is lack of prenatal vitamins. Prenatal vitamins are very, very important. When I first talked about cleft lip and palate, I talked about the importance of folic acid. And as I explained earlier, cleft lip and palate will usually happen to a child between the first 6 to 8 weeks. Now, as a mother, you don't even know that you're pregnant. So how do you prevent your child from this? Some of us were born with no defects, like it is just the work of God. And if you look at it very well, in the days of our parents, they ate healthy. They stayed so healthy. They usually do their own kind of sports by going to the farm and doing other things to keep them very active. Even our mothers who were not working wouldn't have to sit at home. They would do one or two things, maybe do a trade or do something. But our mothers were really so busy, and our parents were so busy. Even when they were not doing a trade, they were working in the farm. They'll go to the farm as early as 6 a.m. in the morning and come back at 6 p.m. in the evening. That is exercise that they are doing. They were eating their raw foods from their farms with no chemicals attached to them, which is the reason why most of us were born without any defects, because their eating was healthy, their lives were healthy somehow, and they were not consuming a lot of chemically made products like the way we are consuming now. So please, if you're trying to conceive again, or you have aims of conceiving even in a year, please, when you just have it in mind and you're trying, start taking prenatal vitamins like folic acid. It is very, very important. Let me tell you why. From the stage where the baby is being formed, the spine is the first thing that forms. And that spine is formed, like the probability for that spine to be formed very well is if you have these vitamins in a large quantity in your body. If now you don't have these vitamins in your body, there is a probability that there will be a space, like, I don't really know how to explain this for it to be so simple, but I'll try my best. So the spine forms in a way that it comes like this and closes up, right? If now it doesn't close up perfectly, like if you put your hands, it might even open. Okay, it's supposed to close up like this. You see the way my hands are joined? If now those spines are not closed because of a lack of a certain vitamin, and maybe a certain part is remaining open like this, right? It can either be open on the bottom or on the top. So when it is open on the bottom or it's open on the top, it causes different birth defects. Like, it is something that is very, very important. When it is open on the bottom, I can't really give the illustration very well with my hands because they are hands. But understand that from the stage of the embryo, it is the spinal cord which forms first. And the spinal cord forms from down to up. If it is not formed perfectly because of lack of certain vitamins like folic acids in your system, and it is open below, because it can either be open down or like down like this. I can't really do this well with my fingers. Let me just try to illustrate. Like down like this, you see a hole down there, or up where you have my fingers, right? I can't really explain it very well. I'll try to send pictures to the page so that you can see how that is actually formed. If it is open down because of this lack of vitamins, your child might be paralyzed for life. And if it is opened up, your child might start having issues like cleft lip and palate, or their brain might not form completely, or a particular part of their skull might not form completely. So it is very, very important for you, if you're trying to take in, if you're TTC, you're trying to get pregnant, for you to start taking prenatal vitamins, because these vitamins prepare you, make your body nutritious enough to nourish those first weeks when the spinal cord of the baby is forming, because it is very essential. If there is anything which is not formed well in that stage, it leads to terrible birth effects, which is the reason why us mothers have to be very, very cautious. Eat a lot of fruits, eat a lot of vegetables, because folic acid is found in fruits in the form folate. But most times the body doesn't consume it as quickly as you will consume it from folic acid, which is the man-made, like a pill which you can take, which is the reason why they'll usually advise you in the hospital to take folic acids, because the body absorbs it very fast compared to folate, which is found in foods. So those are the two main causes of cleft lip and palate: either drinking and smoking excessively during pregnancy, or not taking prenatal vitamins. Another cause are certain medications. I cannot state any here because I'm not a medical practitioner, and there are some drugs which might affect certain people in a certain way and affect someone else in another way. So, but certain medications can cause these things. So it is very important, as I said before, and I'll continue to insist, if you're TTC, please take your prenatal vitamins and be very cautious of the things you eat and the medications that you take, so that you don't, by your own hands, make yourself to suffer. And also, certain birth defects can also be caused by the fact that the chromosomes are not equal, right? When the chromosomes which make up that which join to fertilize that egg and make it an embryo are not equal or are not enough, it will normally lead to a birth defect, which is something which we cannot control, right? That is something which we cannot control, but we just have to try to stay healthy, eat healthy, so that we can give birth to healthy children. Okay, now, What are some of the remedies for cleft lip and palate? I would like to state again that cleft lip and palate is not a life-threatening birth defect, but it can lead to speech problems, feeding problems, swallowing problems. Imagine that you have a crack at the top of your mouth. Normally, when you're eating, your food will just be spilling everywhere, right? So, and cleft palate, which is joined with the nasal cavity, can really make it in a way that eating will be so difficult. So it is not life threatening, but it is something which can lead to a lot of discomfort and a lot of emotional, and you will not be that self-confident to interact with your friends. In some countries in Africa, when a child is born like that, like in Kenya, when I was reading, I discovered that in Kenya before, when a child is born like that, they take the child to a bush or to a forest for the child to go and die there. They believe that the child is a witch or a wizard. So they take them there to go and die. But these are things that are backed medically. These are things that happen because of certain things that we do or things that are not in our control. So now, um, I would also like us to know that children with these birth defects, which is cleft lip and palate, are prone to other problems like hearing problems, ear infections, glued ear. This case where you see somebody's ear is completely glued to the neck, glued ear, dental issues, and so many things. Because most times when they have this crack on their lip, their teeth don't form very well, which just makes life extremely difficult for them. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the management. And for a case where, okay, somebody is born with cleft lip and palate, how can it be solved? Now, the patient should be referred to a local cleft lip service. There are services which do the surgery for cleft lip and palate. For example, in Cameroon, we have Smile Train. They are doing such a great job. That is why I had to mention them here. They're actually doing the operations for free and helping children to get their life back. So cleft lip cleft lip and palate can be solved, can be resolved with a surgery. And it doesn't actually take a lot of time. A cleft lip can be resolved if you have real good professional surgeons at hand. It can be done within 45 minutes and your child will get back to their normal life, and they are really doing a great job. So if you know anyone with cleft lip and palate, please reach us in our inbox so that we can get to Smile Team. There is a group of medical, there is an organization actually which helps to do these operations for free for children with cleft lip and palate. So it is, as I said before, it is mostly fixed by a surgery. And for cleft lip, it can be done after 3 months of birth. Cleft lip can be done on babies after 3 months of birth. But in most cases, like the cases I saw with a little girl, she was about 5 or 6 or 7 that she had not been operated, because people are not aware about it. People are not aware that there is a particular organization, which are even in Cameroon, as I called it before, Smile Train. They aim at fixing the smile and putting more beautiful smiles in the world. So they do these surgeries for free. So if you know anyone with it and you cannot reach Smile Train personally, please send the information of the person to our inbox, and we will get to Smile Train and help make that person's smile a better one and put more beautiful smiles into the world. So on the other hand, cleft palate is usually done between 6 to 12 months of birth. As I said before, cleft palate occurs inside the mouth on the soft or hard area of the mouth and is usually connected with the nasal cavity. So now I have talked about the way it can be managed, which is only through a surgery. That is the only way cleft lip and cleft palate can be managed. It is done by, in the surgery team, there's supposed to be a dentist. In fact, it's done by so many surgeons. There have to be like 4 different departments, because there has to be a plastic surgeon, a dentist, and a brain surgeon. In fact, there are about 5 different surgeons who have to be there to make sure that they can arrange the baby's teeth if they are damaged, arrange back the lip, and then make sure that they are not affected in any other place, and so many things. So it is fixed by surgery. Now, for a cleft lip, I would really, really advise mothers, please, no matter if you don't have the means, it is very, very advisable that when you are pregnant, do an echography from time to time. Our echography in Africa is not that good, because the last time it's so funny when I remember it. The last time I checked, a friend who is presently in Spain. She sent me an echography of her daughter, and from the echography, you could already see a full baby. Like, you can actually see the baby's nose, the baby's face. Like, it's so beautiful. She sent me an echography at 3 months old. That is actually Rikangasa. I have to give a shout out to her. That is her name on Facebook, Rikangasa. She sent me an echography of her baby at 3 months, and it was already so clear you could see the baby. And then I was showing her my echography at 7 months with twins, and all you could see was 2 dots. And most times when I went to do the echography when my husband was not around, and I'm telling him, these are the babies, these are them, these 2 dots that I'm showing you. I usually take a photo, or I would get the ecography results so he can see it. And he'll be like, where are the babies? I can't see them. So our ecography in Africa is not so good. It is not in the way that us as mothers can understand it. But the doctors, when they see it, they'll understand it. Because cleft lip can actually be identified through an echography before the baby is born. Though cleft palate, since it is inside the baby's mouth, it cannot be identified by an echography. But cleft lip can be identified by an echography around 20 weeks of your pregnancy. So please, mothers, I would really like to advise that you do an echography when you're pregnant. And if a doctor advises that for some reason your baby isn't growing well and you should abort the baby, know that it is for your good and for the good of that baby. You don't want to bring a baby to the world who will come and have a miserable life. There are cases which doctors will tell you, please, the brain of your baby was not formed. This baby should be flushed. And you will hear some people say, no, I'll pray about it. It's possible that you can pray and things turn around. But it is God who made these doctors, and they are there to give us medical advice, which the wisdom is still coming from God. So please do echographies. And if the doctors tell you, please, you can't keep this baby because the baby is deformed in one way or the other, please yield to their advice. So that is all I got for you today about cleft lip and palate. Hope you could learn something. If you're still here, please leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to share the video. Thank you, Hero Josephus praise. Wow, you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Lady Dionne, Brendaline. Thank you so much for being here. If you're around, please leave a like. Don't forget to share the video. And right now, I'm going to call up the winners of our 5th edition quiz, right? The 5th edition quiz was a wonderful one with so many gifts. And our sponsor has some other gifts for some people. She actually said she wants to try to help people with a particular disease. Like, I don't know how the name is called, but let me just check her messages and tell you ladies about it. Let me just read from her messages and tell you ladies a bit about it. Please, if you know anyone with this, please reach out to us, write us on our inbox, or leave a comment even here, and we are going to get to you. This is a very beautiful opportunity because they are not just giving these drugs for this disease, but they have a doctor who is standby to follow up these people until they see results, right? So we are actually partnering. She's our first official partner, Lady Aze Larissa Mofo, and she's my namesake. Woo! She's our first official partner, and she has given so much on the Nyango quiz, and she's willing to support more. She's a partner of Norland, and given that she's also a medic, she has a master's degree in some medical thing like that. So she really knows what she's doing, and I believe so much in the Nolan products because she has medical backings. So when I talk about this particular disease, if you know anyone who has any of these things, please get to us either through our inbox. Let's provide these people with some healthcare services. I can see a question from Lady Ebenye Fidel. She says, what's the remedy of cleft lip when it is being diagnosed by a doctor? So the things I was saying, it is when it is being diagnosed by a doctor, right? From the view of your baby, when your baby is born, you yourself can see that your baby has that defect. It is not something which only a doctor can diagnose. When you give birth to your baby and your baby has cleft lip, it is very visible. You as a mother would see it because it's a visible birth defect. There are other birth defects which are not visible, but cleft lip and palate is a very visible birth defect that at birth you would see it. And when it is noted like that by a doctor after birth, it can only be fixed after birth, because once it has happened, when the baby is in your womb, there is nothing much that the doctors can do to fix it when the baby is still in your womb. But when the baby is born, it can be fixed through a surgery. Cleft lip can be fixed through a surgery at 3 months of age. When the baby gets to 3 months old, it can be fixed through a surgery. And for cleft palate, it can be fixed between 6 to 12 months of the baby's lifespan. So that is when it can be fixed can be arranged by a doctor. And yeah, that's when they can remedy it actually. Okay, I'm seeing another comment. Lady Ebenya Fidel says, thank you very much for this talk. It was very helpful. Thank you so much. Hello, love. What you are doing, my dear? Keep it up. Thank you so much, Lady Korbita Khan. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, Lady Fidel says she wants to rephrase her question, and she says, let me rephrase my question. What's the remedy when diagnosed through an echography? The thing is, when it's diagnosed through an ecography, it cannot be fixed as the baby is in the womb. It is a crack that has already happened, and that particular area has not been formed, right? So there is nothing that they can give after that 6 to 8 weeks that crack has already been formed for it to be fixed. So they can only wait when the baby is born, see the severity of the cleft lip or the cleft palate, and then prepare the child for a surgery. Right? So it cannot be fixed after an ecography is done. But it is important that when you do an ecography, at least you have an idea, because this can show on an ecography only around 20 weeks. After 20 weeks, that is when it can show. And if, for example, your child has that defect and you do an ecography at 20 weeks and you know that your child has that defect, at least it prepares your mind, compared to a case where you just go and give birth and you want to look at your baby's face, the face is looking somehow. So it gives you an opportunity to prepare your mind, read about it more, like talk to people about it, and maybe get some advice, get some comfort. Just prepare your mind about it. When you prepare your mind for something and maybe you have more knowledge about something, you're more confident to face it. That is the main reason why you have to know about it before it happens. Okay. I was talking about this product that our sponsor is donating. So she said it is called G Vital Soft Gel. G Vital Soft Gel. And it is said that it cures all forms of ulcer, such as peptic ulcer, throat ulcer, duodenal ulcer, esophageal ulcer, etc. I'm reading this for the first time. That is why. And she said it also helps with hepatitis B. In fact, it helps with a lot of things. It helps fight cancer. It helps eliminate gastrointestinal disorders. So please, if you have anybody with any of these issues, which I have posted, which I have read here, I'm going to post the thing on our page probably. And if you have anyone who has these issues, please get to our inbox and write us, and we're willing to help 5 people with any of these issues, either hepatitis B, gastrointestinal disorders, reflux problems, all types of ulcer. But please, the people will have to come with medical um, results. They'll have to come with medical reports that shows that they actually have these particular issues. And please, if you know anyone with any of these issues, get to us, because it is not just about Lady Azzy giving these drugs out to these people. There is a standby doctor who she's working with, who will follow up these 5 people to make sure that they get to top health before they are left alone, so that they can go on with their beautiful lives. You know, to us on Inyango, health is a very vital part of our lives, because we believe that if we are not healthy, we cannot do anything. Just think of the day which, yes, you know you have a lot of things to do, but you don't feel fine, you don't feel healthy, so you cannot even get up from bed. So that's just it. So please, if you know anyone with any of these issues, please get to us, write to us on our inbox, or if you have my number, write me on WhatsApp. I'm very open to your messages. So just write me on Messenger, anywhere. I'm Larissa Livella on all social media platforms. Write me anywhere. If you have anyone who has hepatitis B, gastrointestinal disorders, reflux, any types of ulcer, please write me and let's help these people and follow them up so that they can get good health. Because as Lady Kobe Takang says, health is everything. I'm sorry for the ladies who network is dealing with them. As far as we're in Africa, we'll obviously have this kind of issues sometimes. But as mothers that we are, it is in our place to be as educated as possible so that we can train our children to solve these problems for us. If we can't solve it, well, we should try the little that we can to solve these problems while raising our children to be great men so that they can see these problems and they can solve it for us, right? So if we're healthy, wealthy, and exemplary mothers, our children are also going to be healthy, wealthy, and exemplary kids. So we make the world a better place. Now, on to our winners for the 5th edition of the Nyango Moms Quiz. Please, you can be a sponsor. Nothing is too small. It is usually said that teach a woman something and you've taught a world, or you've taught the next generation. I don't actually know what that quote says. If you know it, please leave it in the comment section. If you know that particular quote, please leave it in the comment section. They say teach a woman something and you've taught a world, or you've taught the world, or you've taught the next generation, something like that. So that's why we are aimed at educating mothers in these little things that they are supposed to know. We might not give you all the information, but we'll trigger that anxiety in you for you to go and learn, right? And you're going to read more about Cleft Lip and Palette. Please do, so that you can give birth to healthy children. Though our parents didn't read, but they had very healthy lives. They ate natural things. They went to the farm, which was their own form of sports. So shake your body, even a little bit, eat healthy, just live a healthy life in general, and you stand a greater chance of having healthy children. God being in control, because we can't eliminate God in the equation. He is the ultimate. Now, on to the 5th edition winners. I was so impressed with your answers. I was really so impressed with your answers. Given that that video had a little problem in the beginning, if you were patient enough to still forward or watch till after 10 minutes, I really, really applaud you. You are amazing. You are amazing, because some people will not have that kind of patience. But if you did and you answered to our quiz, I would like to say thank you so much. Now, on to the winners of our 5th edition Inyango Moms Quiz. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? If you're ready, please tell me yes, or send a like, or do something. Please don't forget to share the video so that someone else can learn, because there should be somebody somewhere who maybe is concentrating on watching other videos. And if you're sharing this video enough, it might just pop up on their phone and they might learn something and start living a healthy life. They might stop smoking, they might stop drinking, and they might start taking their prenatal vitamins, and it's going to prevent a baby from being born with cleft lip and palate. The babies don't deserve that, to experience something which they know nothing about. On to the winners. I keep keeping you guys in suspense, right? Okay. It is just something that it seems as if there are people who are so consistent. And as I said before, if you can win a prize, 6 times, Inyango has a special gift for you, which I will not disclose. For people who know me personally, you should know I love giving gifts. For mothers who are on the Inyango moms group, WhatsApp group, they already know that I love giving gifts. So if you can participate 6 times and win straight 6 times, then you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful gift. That is going to be from Inyango personally, not from any of our sponsors. The first prize winner is, drum rolls, Christy Mengot. This particular lady, I enjoy. Okay, Colby, I'm going to please just write me on Messenger after this, and I'm going to add you to the group. Just write me on Messenger after this. You send me your phone number, or you leave it in the Nyango inbox, and we are going to get to you, and you're going to be added. The first prize winner, as I said, is Lady Christine Mengot. Now, there is something very amazing about how this particular lady answers her questions. Like, she gives her answers straight. Like, she doesn't, if you look at the way she gives her answers, you know she watched that video about 3 or 4 times. Like, we asked for, I can't really remember the question. We asked for 4 breastfeeding techniques, and we asked for 4 breastfeeding techniques and 4 courses of low breast milk supply. Yeah, I remember. We asked for 4 breastfeeding techniques and 4 courses of low breast milk supply. So she'll write breastfeeding techniques, and then she states them under, and then writes courses of low breast milk supply and states them under. That about her is wonderful. When we are grading, we usually grade answers. We grade the answers if they are right. We grade the spellings. We grade the presentation before we pick a winner. So you might be the first person who posted, but if your answers don't come in the right order, or your presentation is not good, somebody who posted the 10th person, who gave the answer, the 10th person can still come and win. So please, until we announce the winners on the live show like this, it is still possible for you to participate. So even if somebody has given an answer and you want to participate, go watch the video and give your answer, because if you present it well, all your spellings are right, and all your answers are right, you still stand a chance of winning. And it's just beautiful that you can learn and then you win something. Isn't it wonderful? So Lady Christine Mengot, on the grading, she has the first prize. I won't tell you exactly the marks she had, but from the grading that we did, she has the first prize. She's the first prize winner. For the second prize winner, this lady has been consistent. This is her 5th time. And you ladies had better remove her from the game, because from the way she's going, I see that she's the one who is going to win this beautiful gift from Inyango. The second prize winner is Lady Tambe Dorcas. She has been winning prizes from the first edition. She has been following, and she has been so consistent. And I want to give a big shout out to her. The second prize winner is Lady Tambe Dorcas. And the third prize winner, it's so beautiful to see her be a winner, because she had been a sponsor once, and I'm so happy that she can also stand a chance of winning something. It just makes me feel so happy, because when she was the first sponsor. Yeah, she was the sponsor of the first edition of the Inyango Moms Quiz. Like, she just opened doors for us. And now we are at the 5th edition, and she's participating, and she's also winning something, which makes me feel so wonderful. The third prize winner is Lady F4C Body Lawson. She is the CEO and owner of Beyond Barbers. And if you don't know Beyond Barbers, and you're in Limbe, because you can be somewhere else and you don't know Beyond Barbers. If you're in Limbe and you don't know Beyond Barbers, are you really in Limbe? Like, they are doing wonderful things. They do massage, they do manicure, they do pedicure. In fact, they do everything to take care of your body, and they do haircuts as well. So as a man, go to Beyond Barbers. As a lady, go to Beyond Barbers. They will pamper you. Some of the ladies who won the prizes on that edition said, oh my God, Beyond Barbers is heaven on earth. That is what Beyond Barbers is for you. So please, the F4C Body Lawson is the winner of the third prize, and She is Beyond Barbers. So go there, enjoy Beyond Barbers and all they have to offer because it is a beautiful place. So the first prize winner, if I'm not mistaken, got in fact I can't remember that. I can't claim that I want to start remembering it now because the things have complicated names. I think um what's it? Did you watch the video of the winners? Please remind me of the prizes. Don't mind me. Like so many things in my head. If you watched that video, please remind me of the prizes. The first prize winner, I think the first prize winner gets some kind of coffee. What's that name? Cordyceps coffee. Yeah, a Norland cordyceps coffee. It is very, very healthy. Like it boosts your immune system. It does a lot of things. So the person who won this coffee, you're actually so, I don't know if it's lucky or God is just on your side. And the good thing is children can also take this cordyceps coffee. If you know about cordyceps, it is a medicinal mushroom, which is very, very healthy. It does a lot of things to your system and it's very, very good. And the second prize winner, who is Lady Tambe Dorcas, get 3 packets of the Norland anion sanitary pads. Like anion sanitary pads are just the best. Anion sanitary pads, they can cure all types of infections down there. So Lady Tambe Dorcas, you are totally in safe hands and God has just blessed you on this one. And the third prize winner, who is Lady of FOC Body Lotion, gets 3 Norland hand sanitizers. This is beautiful. And our sponsor is going to be picking a special winner for the special prize, which I'm going to announce tomorrow because till now she has not given me updates on that person. I'd have loved to announce it here, but till now she has not given me updates. Okay, I've been here too long, longer than I wanted to be, but it's always so much of a pleasure talking with you ladies. I thank you so much for your time and for being here today. Please don't forget to share this video. I can see Lady Rosaline. Thank you so much for being here. Lady Jackie Nanga joined us at some point, though our internet was troubling her, but she joined us and that is so wonderful. Please leave a like, leave a comment, share the video, drop one thing that you learned about Cleft Lip and Palette so that somebody else can learn, or when they're going through the comments, they can just see it and pick up one thing. So I would like to acknowledge all those who were here with me on this session. The first person who came was Lady Tambe Dorcas. No doubt she's winning so many prizes. She's very, very consistent. And then Lady FOC Body Lawson joined us. Also, Lady Ebenye Fidel joined us. Lady Tange joined us as well. Lady Anita Fallon. I don't know why I like to call that name Fallon. I'm so sorry. Lady Fonlon Anita joined us as well. Lady Jackie Nanga. Lady Tange. Hero Praise. That is Sir Praise. He's a guy, actually. I'm so happy that he joined me. Lady Brenda Lynn joined us at some point. Thank you so much. Lady Kobita Kang joined us. Lady Christine Mengod joined us, and though her internet was so bad, she was here. That is what is important. So that is everyone who joined me. Oh, Lady Rosaline joined me as well. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining this particular episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you could learn something. Please, when you learn things as mothers, don't keep it to yourself. Talk about it. I don't know how to keep things to myself. The best way to learn is by teaching. Because I have taught you ladies about Cleft Lip and Palette today, there is no way I'll forget it. If somebody asks me a question at random, I'll easily be able to tell the person. And please, mothers, we are givers. We should be ready to give our knowledge, give any little thing we have, but also let's also be ready to give to ourselves. Because if you do not love yourself, then you cannot take care of yourself and you cannot take care of anyone else. Self-love is very important. And let's all build healthy moms with healthy homes while being healthy, wealthy, and exemplary mothers. Thank you all so much. And I really appreciate for for as you joined us today. I appreciate the fact that you joined us. Do have a beautiful evening, and may God bless you all. For my Nyango WhatsApp group ladies, please let's meet back on the group and conclude our program for today. Thank you all so much. I hope the Lord was your strength, and may you all stay blessed and give birth to healthy children. So it's going to be goodbye from me. To have a beautiful day, and may God bless you all and your families. Good night.